KHTS.
We are in Southern California. We love our cars. I have a friend who recently got her car painted, and she's so excited. And it's like, because it was an older car, but once it got painted, it's almost like she's treating it. She even said, I'm going to treat it now like it's a new baby. And this is the thing. Cesar from Body Shop 661, this is the thing that happens. The paint starts to peel, the clear coat peels away. You start getting those flakes, or especially people who live in the high desert where it's a little bit warmer, and it does make a difference. A little bit closer to the microphone there. Yeah. A little bit different when the car is painted, right?
Yes.
And I know that you Body Shop 661, of course, for all your insurance needs and everything too. If you get in an accident, you have the choice of where you can go. But also just for people who don't want to buy a new car, they can't afford a new car, and they want a different look. And you do all kinds of different stuff, such as like pearl paint, right?
Yeah, we do a pearl paint. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And what is pearl paint, for example?
Pearl paint is like a 3-stage paint. So first we'd have to do all the body work, the prepping, and then we'd paint it first like a white or some reds, like those forged reds are really like pearly. There's a beautiful Dodge one that's out now too. So we paint the base, then the pearl. The actual pearl, what it is plastic little balls. They're tiny, so when the light hits it, it reflects. It makes that pearl effect, and then after that we clear coat it. So that's a 3-stage pearl paint.
And so these are things like, especially for those who have like higher end cars or custom cars. Or
you see it a lot on the old cars where they do just the roof in white, like in the old Caddies and the old Chevys. You do a pearl white on top, and it looks like a pearl, So
we do have a lot of people here in Santa Clarita who belong to custom car clubs, and when we have the car shows here in the SCV, like along Newhall Avenue, and I know they've got them at like Route 66 and places like that.
Yeah, a lot of hot rods out here.
So, you are the go-to. Let's say I'm at that age, and I come across a 1965 Mustang, and I get a good deal on it, but it looks really bad on the outside. Get everything inside done. You can actually go and get it looking like it should.
Get it looking new again, yeah. And then other stuff, if you have questions or something, if you live out here from Santa Clarita Valley, come ask me. I've been out here. I've been a local. I had my shop there since 2000, and I know everybody out here, so I'll point you in the right direction or tell you where to look to buy parts. Because like on the old Mustangs and some of the Chevys, they make all new parts for them. I know they're Japanese replica, but why are you going to get an old part and try to rebuild it? You can just change it out and put a new one in there, and you can get pretty affordable deals.
Yeah, that's an interesting business that people have come up with. Speaking of that, though, you've been around 2000. How did you get into business?
Well, I got into the business. My dad was a mechanic originally, and he had a shop in LA on La Brea between Olympic and Pico. And I was horrible at school, so they kind of kicked me out a little bit. So I was going to night school, and at 15, I started going to work with him to LA. I started doing body work on the side as a hobby and for extra money. So I do body work on the weekends, and then afterwards, my dad had a rough time. He had to go bankrupt. He lost the business, and with some money we started a body shop in Santa Clarita where we live. 10 minutes away from our house, and it was a little shop, and we've been expanded a lot, and that's how I got into the business, because of my dad. He's passed now, but lucky to him. My mom's in the office now. I'm still trying to keep it a family business.
That's great. And so just pass on the family business. I think that's great. Any cool projects that you're working on right now?
I got a couple, and they're mostly from the mechanics. I got one from Ace Customs, a 55 Bel Air, and then I'm in the alley behind Home Depot. There's a bunch of shops. So the guys there, I have to do their cars first.
There it is.
So I'm doing one for Dean from All Auto Care. I'm doing a 55 T-Bird. Ooh. Yeah, that's cool. And then I'm doing for Coachworks restorations, or I'm doing a 1973 Camaro, which we're putting an LS motor, like a new Chevy engine, a 6.3.
Wow.
Yeah, and that old Camaro is kind of cool. Yeah, you don't see it too much.
And of course, also working on Carl Goldman's 2000 whatever
Ford,
pickup, VR. So not quite as cool, Carl, but even still, he's here helping us out.
Yeah, I still have a little truck.
And so I heard you're doing like a clear wrap on bumpers. So what does that mean?
I'm starting a new thing because we do a lot of high-end cars. So what it is a clear plastic wrap. You see it a lot on like a Porsches on Ferrari. I'm trying to do something a little more affordable, like around $350, where I do the clear wrapping of the front of the car. So I put a clear sticker over the front, so when you get rock chips, or say if you drive on the freeway all the time, it protects it from all
good.
that. Like on the edge of the hood too. So it's kind of cool. New thing we're trying to do.
So if you've got questions, or especially I mentioned at the top of the interview, you have your choice if you get in an auto accident.
Yes.
Of the body shop that you would like to go to do local. Cesar been doing this since he's 15 years old. So that means you've been doing it about 4 or 5 years. No, I'm kidding. But, for quite a while. And of course, as we talked, you have a custom job too. You
Yeah.
bodyshop661.com. Is there a phone number they can call you?
661-251-2252.
Located right behind Home Depot on
Ruether,
Ruether.
26524 Ruether.
Centrally located in the Santa Clarita Valley. Cesar, always a pleasure to have you stop by. Thanks so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. 8:15. We'll have more after this.